John, is my audio working?
Hey, Paul. You're muted.
My audio working, John?
Now I'm unmuted.
There you go.
I'm fine, thank you.
Happy New Year.
Yes, say it back to you.
Let me play a soundbite from today's radio. And this is Rudy Giuliani and Don Jr. Take a listen. I can't trial by combat. I'm willing to stake my reputation. The president is willing to stake his reputation on ready to fight criminality there. He's got better fight for Trump. Because if they're not, guess what? They're gonna be in your backyard in a couple of months. You're gonna be the zero and not the
Oh, look out for PA0ROT.
Got that right.
Subject to reversal are different matters entirely. I went through a number of opinions that were written by judges in this case. It is not true that in those cases, I read at least, that they didn't look at the evidence. They did. In most cases, their opinions are pretty strong, demolish the so-called evidence. So, I understand Matt's got agreement, we don't got an agreement. And we do need to do something about this kind of mail-in voting situation we had where it was being done in states which never really tried it before. And it manifestly helped the other side. But that doesn't make the election stolen. It just doesn't. doesn't. And Trump was saying all kinds of wild things today, including his claim, for example, that Mike Pence had the authority to reject electors, reject the certification. He does not. His job here is purely ministerial. And what he said, he couldn't do that because he can't doesn't have to. That's where we are.
Skip the latest from Scripps report on Chad Bergam again. Status report, Chad.
We were told in the past few minutes, Brett, that there is a goal, and that's what one senior source told me here, for the House. Hey, Bob. In the past few minutes, Brett, that there is a goal.
Can I talk to you?
That's interesting. I got you.
Can I talk?
Oh, there they are. Okay, good.
Can I talk to you?
Hey, Bob, can you hear me?
Well, depends on which Bob. Yeah.
Ah, sorry about that, Bobbin. I was talking to Bob C.
Had a
I'm
feeling.
here. I
So
hear
much
you.
of white noise like last night.
Does this go with the Maggiano?
I don't know what that is. ESCOM. That's a control. That's a controller, but that's not the one that goes with the Majori.
Yeah,
The Majori
Yeah.
is built in.
yeah. I put the Majori in and big problems. It stays permanently in transmit. So we need to talk later.
Could be a controller issue.
Yeah, it was crazy last night. Nothing but white noise.
Yeah, different repeater in there now, Bobbin. And
So,
I got it to transmit like it should a couple of times, but mainly it wants to receive white noise and retransmit it. Might be desensing. I don't know what's going on, but we'll get to the bottom of it. But
I
not
heard-
right now.
I heard Roberta on the input side, and then I went to the output side. I could hear her just ever so slightly, like about 10%. The rest was nothing but the bacon frying, you know.
Yeah, I'm aware of it. Bob's helping me. And we may just, the question may just be which caliber we shoot the repeater with.
Well, the probably what happened is you're going to have to reset the squelch on it. If it's
Yeah.
transmitting, that means
I don't know how to do that just quite yet.
Okay. I got to show you something that my daughter made gingerbread people for Christmas, and she put masks on them. Not to be outdone, my son made ginger poop men with masks.
That's bad, Bob.
Yeah, I know, but that's, my son doesn't, he can't be outdone by his sister, so.
That hurts. I'm facing colorectal surgery, and if he makes poop, guys, that's not funny.
Good evening.
Greetings. Happy New Year.
It's working. All right. Playing with my laptop tonight.
Oh, looks good.
Sound okay?
Sounds good.
All right. It's a cheapy little headset I got.
I can hear you fine.
Cool.
John, I think if I'm at this meeting tonight, I should be wearing my name tag. What do you think?
Yeah, did you get it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It took a little while, but resulted in perfection. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. I had it on my desk and I went to bring it to you for the Christmas party and I forgot that. So I sat there and said, let me get it in the mail to you.
You better return it, Rich. You got the call sign backwards as usual.
Oh, I can't believe it. That always happens. We can just do like this.
You mean he's got a Russian call now, RW4WR?
Same call.
Upside down, it starts with an M.
I guess it does.
So he's a Brit.
I've never seen her whole face on there before.
What was that, Sharon?
I said I've never seen Bob's whole face before.
Usually it's just the upper third.
You may not want to.
All right, we'll get started here shortly. We're just still got people logging in, so. And just to give everybody a heads up, we're live streaming on YouTube, so don't say anything that you don't want outside of this Zoom session to know about.
Well, while we're waiting for those who are me start, I think anybody wondering about my background, and I'll move a little bit out of the way. There we go. That was my novice station about 1975, 1976. And notice the Drake sitting there. We bought the Drake to ensure that I would get my general ticket. It's good motivation.
I think I saw a trusty D104 in that picture.
Yeah, D104 was in there. Shortwave receiver, Heathkit SB614. Also a CB radio was in there. That was a Midland single sideband station because I was also into that at that time before it got real nasty on the bands. But yeah, did phone patch, recorded stuff. Member of emergency communications teams, everything. My mother-in-law said it was a good way to keep me out of pool halls at night.
When your mother said, go to your room, you said, I will.
Yeah, that was my mother. I was married at that time. But yeah,
when your wife said, go to your room, yeah, okay.
Oh, man. I used to have a Model 28 teletype machine also. That drove my kids crazy with the noise.
I remember back in radio when they had teletypes and they went to the smaller ones that were just the dot matrix type. It's like, boy, it's quiet in this newsroom. Hey, Bill. I'm looking at your name. You got Bill and Chrsity. Who's Chrisity?
I know, I can't spell worth crap. She hasn't seen it yet, but she will. She'll tell me.
That's okay. You got the two L's in your name backwards anyway, so it's perfect.
Yeah.
Who's this new guy, Hal iPad? I think I know him.
Leave him alone. He's eating dinner.
It's something like a helipad, right?
As long as Sue's eating with it, that's good.
I recognize his last name, but the first name I didn't know.
All right, guys, we're going to get started. There's some people still logging in. Apparently the message, some people got the message and some people didn't for some reason this month, and I'm not sure why. So I sent it out again 2 more times just to be sure. And our guest speaker hasn't gotten on here yet either. So, and I haven't heard from him. So we'll get started and then hopefully he'll join us here shortly. I just sent him another email. But real quick, I just want to remind everybody that we are live streaming on YouTube currently. And we'll be monitoring both the chat on this, on Zoom and on YouTube. So if anybody has any questions, please feel free to, throw your questions in the chat on either YouTube or on Zoom, and we'll definitely get them put to the right person that needs to answer them. All right, so first we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance. If you'd like to stand, you can. Just remind everybody that if you have a camera and you're going to stand up, to make sure you got something on below so that way you don't embarrass yourself or anybody else. But we'll go ahead and say, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and for liberty and justice for all. All right. I'm going to go do some things a little different this month because we have a lot of new members, and there's a lot of people that are actually starting to watch the YouTube channel. Maybe not the night of the actual meeting, but they do go back and start watching it later. So I'm going to go through the board members that are on here right now and sit there and introduce everybody. First, I want to introduce myself. I'm John Knott. I'm N4 JTK. I am the club president. Michael Cawley, and who is the vice president and Hamcation general chairman. His call sign is W4MCA. Michael, if you can unmute your microphone and say something for a second, because I have it on speaker view. It should be coming up on speaker view for people on YouTube.
Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. And
all right. And then Bob Nacero, W4KBW. He's our club secretary. He is on also. Bob, can you do the same thing? Just unmute your microphone and say something for a second.
All right, like I said, Michael said too, Happy New Year, everybody. Hope everything's going to go good this year, and stay safe, and hope to see somebody real soon in the gathering.
Definitely. Our treasurer is Anna Grow. Anna's call sign is KM4JVE. Anna, and could you unmute your microphone and say something real quick?
Hello, everybody. Happy New Year.
Appreciate that. And with Anna is Dean. Dean is one of our directors also. Dean's call sign is KG4TWJ. And Dean, just say hello.
Just hello. No, hi, everybody.
Appreciate it very much. Next is another director, James Dool. James, call sign is N0XIA. James, if you can unmute and also just real quick say hello.
Hello to everyone. James, greetings and Happy New Year.
All right. Next one we have is another director. Actually, the rest of them are all actually directors now. Bob Cumming. Bob's been director for many years. W2BZY is his call sign. And Bob, if you could unmute for a second and just say hello.
To all, and Happy New Year to all.
Appreciate that. And last but not least, definitely not least, and fresh back from vacation, Director Frank Tagalani. Frank's call sign is KD4EZW. I always get that one mixed up. I hope I got it right this time, Frank.
You got it right.
All
Great to
right.
be back, and Happy New Year to everybody. And an exciting year is coming up, and hopefully things go well for 2021. Thank you.
And Frank just got back from the frigid north. I think you brought it down with him, didn't you? Long as you didn't bring the white stuff, as Bob says.
Free air conditioning.
That's right. All right. I think we have pretty much all club members in here for this evening. I do want to introduce one other person that is not a stranger to the club, but some people might not realize he's here tonight. But Jim Schilling. Jim is the vice director for ARL in the Southeast Division. James, you want to just introduce yourself real quick?
Well, I think you already pretty much introduced who I am. Yeah, I'm your vice director. I just happened to remember the club meeting was tonight. John sent me an invite, so I'm glad to be here and looking forward to the meeting.
Appreciate you being here too tonight, James, and appreciate you sending out your emails, your monthly reports. Love reading them. All right, so again, I want to say real quick, Happy New Year to everybody. Let's make 2021 our comeback year where we start having hopefully meetings in person and get past this pandemic and get back to normal. I do want to sit there and give everybody a quick update. And sorry if I'm not looking directly at the camera, but try to make sure I go over everything that I have on the list. But as far as the COVID-19 update, I just want everybody to know that the board is still closely monitoring the pandemic, as I'm sure everybody is that's in this meeting tonight. The board is pleased to see the vaccines are starting to be administered As time marches forward, we do hope that enough citizens in the metropolitan area receives the vaccination and that the city will start considering the reopening the facilities with little restrictions in the future. The reality is that we don't foresee that happening until midsummer. I don't think the city of Orlando is actually going to sit there and have the Beardall Center open without many restrictions or a few restrictions until probably midsummer at the earliest. Because of this, we'll continue to monitor the situation, the club's involvement of field day. I'm kind of want to make sure that before we commit ourselves to field day, are doing a group field day. I do want to make sure that everything's going to be safe for everybody. Our hope is that everything continues to move forward with the vaccine and that we do not have to take any major steps backwards. That way we may have a couple stations and rotate through operators safely following the guidelines that are enacted at that time. So I just want to give everybody that quick update because I'm sure that's been something, trying to get things back to normal, get back to what club activities we've postponed or canceled last year and get things going again. So with that, I want to say I can probably say that our Christmas party went very well. We had half the attendance that we normally have, which is perfectly okay. Remember, we told everyone to only attend if they felt comfortable enough to do so. And if they did not want to attend, that was okay too. We understood. I'm happy to report that there were no reported cases of COVID-19 because of the Christmas party. We did take names and numbers of everyone who attended for contact tracing purposes in case there was any outbreaks or anybody that did come down with it. We still were able to provide Toys for Tots with 2 large Toys for Tots donation boxes of toys. I was really pleased about that. Very much like last several years we've been doing this, we've been able to give them overflowing boxes of toys. Well, these weren't quite overflowing, but they were stuffed. So I just want to say thank you to everyone for being so generous at the Christmas party at Christmas and making sure that, every child had a toy to open on Christmas morning. You guys surely do rock every year that we've done this by providing these, the toys and stuff. Pictures were provided in the December issue of the Listening Post, and more will be linked to our OARC website soon as I get a chance to get them uploaded. And they'll be linked onto the website so you can see all the pictures that we took from the Christmas party. Plus, it goes without saying that the Christmas party happened without the careful planning of Anna and her, well, I'm going to say her elves. A huge shout out to each of you for another job well done. So I appreciate it very, very much. And we got through it very safely. And I hope that everybody that attended the Christmas party had a really good time. Any questions on the Christmas party? Just don't forget to unmute your microphone.
Actually, I just wanted to thank everybody who came to the party. We had a great time.
Yep. Thank you, Anna, very much. All right. A couple other quick announcements, and then Michael's going to give a Hamcation update in just a second. So I'm sure everybody's probably heard this by now, but FCC reduced the proposed amateur radio application fee to $35. It was proposed to be at $50, but they did reduce it down to $35. This includes new licensees, renewals, and vanity call signs. So if you are interested in getting a vanity call sign, it will be an additional $35 charge. The effective date has not been established, but it will be announced 30 days in advance of the effective date. This announcement will not come until all the relevant databases, guides, and internal procedures have all been updated at the FCC. Let's hope that it takes at least another, probably at least another 10 days or so before that happens. So that way it doesn't go in effect before the virtual Hamcation that Michael's going to talk about in a test session we're going to have. So that way it doesn't affect us there. Also, I just want to make sure everybody realizes the FCC will be requiring email addresses on all applications starting on June 29th of this year. If you don't have an email that's on your application, FCC will likely dismiss the application as defective, and you would have to start again. If you are currently licensed, which I'm hoping, I think most of you guys are, You have access to the FCC database by logging into the universal licensing system with your FRN and password. And you can update anything in the FCC license database on record, including adding an email address. So you can go in there ahead of time and get that done if you haven't already done so. So that way FCC already has that on file. So does anybody have any questions on those FCC new rulings that came out recently? All right, not hearing anything. All right.
One quick question on that.
Yes.
Now, does that go for renewals as well? I can't remember if you said that.
Yes.
Okay.
It will. So if you have a renewal that's coming up, hopefully you'll be able to renew it before they enact the $35 fee, so you can still not have to pay the charge for it. And our VE teams are watching closely to see how this is going to affect test sessions. If it's something that the VE teams are going to have to collect, or if it's something that when you apply for the license, you're going to have to send it in with the application or something for the actual license. Not much is known yet. That's why they're sitting there saying that until all this stuff has been worked out, they're not going to announce the start date of the fees. So with that, Michael, you want to sit there and talk about Hamcation, and I have not heard from our guest speaker. So, oh, wait a minute, hold on. Oh, actually, he's out. He's down sick today. So our guest speaker, actually, John Crook, won't be here this evening. Sorry about that, guys. So, Michael, you got the floor for a little bit. Unmute yourself.
All right. First, thank everybody for coming. Pretty good turnout tonight so far. First thing I want to say that we actually, for this year's special edition of Hamcation, we actually put it out to offer sponsorships. For the first time ever, Hamcation has actually sponsored with other people. The first one that we've had so far is ICOM America, is a platinum sponsor of Hamcation 2021 special edition. By doing this, we're trying to still draw in the money to be able to give donations back out to the local clubs like we've done in the past. One thing that we did realize when we canceled the in-person show is how it would affect all the local clubs.
Can you get a little closer to your microphone? Your voice is real low.
All right, how's that?
Much better.
All right. Hopefully everybody heard what I said. One of the things, reason why we did this was to actually give back to the local clubs yet to be able to offer some type of donation to them to keep the clubs going for 2021 up until 2022. Also, this year we are doing webinars. And we have 4 tracks of webinars going on. Sorry, I just putting links in. I put a link actually into the chat room. If everybody sees that, you can click on it and take you straight to the webinars page. We have some great webinars scheduled already. James has done this. He's got a lot of good ones going on. There's going to be contesting webinars, technology webinars. Some of our vendors will have webinars, and then we have a youth category for webinars also. To let everybody know, if you sign up for a webinar, you have to pre-register for them for each one you want to do. When you sign up, if you sign up for at least one, you will get 1 entry into the prize drawing. You don't get it for every time you sign up. You just have to sign up and attend at least 1 webinar to get the entry into the prize drawing. Next one on the list would be the prize drawings, actually. We've actually reached out to a lot of our local vendors or local Hamcation vendors, and we've got some excellent prizes lined up, and people are still donating almost a couple times a week yet. So if you go to the Hamcation prize page, you have the list of prizes that's already up there. Saturday's grand prize is going to be a 991A, donated by Ham Radio Outlet. And then Sunday's grand prize will be the new ICOM IC705, which was donated by ICOM. There is actually other radios listed in there. There's books, there's gift certificates for different companies. There's still some other stuff. There's batteries. There's actually a whole battery box donated by Shack in a Box and by Inno Power. There's some dongles that I haven't put up yet that somebody just donated. So this thing grows weekly. So please keep an eye on it. You can find out what you can actually win by signing up for one of the webinars. The other thing that we actually are doing too, you can actually buy, or for a donation, prize tickets. The prize tickets are $5, which gets you one ticket. The donation actually goes toward the donations that we give to other clubs. So I just put the link in the web or in the chat room also for that, how you can buy extra prize tickets for the drawing. One thing we are still in the works with, but we will have, is a Hamcation QSO party. It will start on Saturday. We're not sure about the time yet. I'm actually in works with Florida Contest Group. We have another meeting this coming Friday to work out hopefully the final details of the rules, and hopefully by next week most of this will be posted on the website. It would be under event info and then QSO party if you want to participate in it. But it's going to be very unique. It's going to be a fun event. We're just looking, it's a contest, but it really isn't. We're not looking to have everybody really contest. We're just looking for people to get on the air, enjoy the weekend during Hamcation, make contacts, and have fun for that one. The other thing that we are doing this year, we've actually made up special edition lanyards that you can buy. They are not up on the website yet, but they will be this coming week or this week. I just put a link into the website of how you can actually, or into the chat room, of how you can actually buy one of these lanyards. And if you give me 1 second, I will pull up a photo so everybody knows what they look like. All right, so there's what the lanyard looks like. It will actually say Orlando Hamcation Special Edition. And actually in the sunburst, we actually put the 2021 in there, so everybody knows this for 2021. This is actually will be $8 for the lanyard, which will include the shipping within the United States. So if you want one, I posted the link in the chat room. You can click there, order it, and we will get it out to you in the mail. So basically it comes out to around $5 for the lanyard and about $3 for the shipping. Thereabouts, it's between $2.50 and $3 depending on where it's going. but all the proceeds of that also goes toward the donations that we give out to the local clubs. So please order them. We have a limited edition of them. We didn't have many of them printed or made. So if you want a limited edition lanyard, please order it. And last on my list is actually a lot of people has been asking for amateur radio exams, trying to take their license, new people trying to get their technician license, club members trying to upgrade their license. We haven't had an exam actually since March, since our last club meeting, because of no place to do it. The beard all shut down. It's hard to find a place to be able to social distance to be able to do it properly. So we actually decided to do it on February 14th. There's going to be a special session at the fairgrounds. It will be in the North building. You have to pre-register. You can go to the website to pre-register for it. We will be able to hold about 32 testees testing in the North Hall. Everybody will be minimum about 7 to 8 feet apart for all the tables that everybody's using, and then still have room up front for all the VEs and be able to social distance them. You will have to wear a mask when in the building. We will sanitize everything in between each person testing. You will also have to do a temperature check when you come into the building. But I know right now we have at least 6 or 7 already signed up, and we just put this up about a week ago. So I think we're going to have a very good turnout for testing, since really nobody locally, other than I know Lake County was doing them, but they are very limited how many they can do in their clubhouse. I think it's like 3 or 4, and they only do it once a month. And I believe there was one other area that was doing it, but they wasn't doing that many. So if you know anybody that wants to take their test or wants to upgrade, please let them know. This will be their chance to do it. Hopefully after this, we'll be able to get back to a little bit of normal and be able to do these monthly again once the beard all opens, but we're just not sure when that will happen. Plus also, hopefully this will be your last chance before the $35 fee goes in effect. So if you want to upgrade, this could be a good chance to do it for free. The fee is nothing right now. We are using Laurel as the VEC. So currently it is free to take your test. I do know also that we will be looking for VEs. If you are a Laurel or ARRL VE and you're willing to help on February 14th, it's going to be from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. at the fairgrounds. Please email testing@hamcation.com. And Val or Aaron will reply back to you and get you all signed up to be a VE for the test session. I know we're going to need a little more of them because of social distancing. And if we do get 32 people at one time, they're going to probably be 2 sets of graders trying to grade everything. So we will need a few VEs for this. So please, if you're interested in that, please email Val or Aaron at testing@hamcation.com. And I think that is all I have, John. Did I miss anything?
Nope, I think you're good. Appreciate it. Does anybody have any questions for Michael in reference to Hamcation 2021?
Yeah, I do.
Yes,
sure.
Just must have missed it. You say registration is on the main webpage for that?
For what, the testing?
Yes.
Yes. If you go to, I actually put the link in the chat room. I don't know if you see it. The very last link will take you to the amateur radio exams page.
Okay. I want to forward that on to the Deers people, because I don't think any Deers people are on right now.
Okay. And also, it's also on our OARC page. Also, so they can go to that and get to the link. Also, we're advertising it on there. So I'm pretty sure we're going to have a good turnout within Central Florida. I know we're not going to get the out-of-state people like we did before, but I think we'll get a good turnout for Central Florida since a lot of people haven't been able to test lately. So.
Anybody else? Anybody else have questions?
Well, I'll make a comment if I might.
Sure.
Sure.
I'm Gary, W4GAL. I'm located in Melbourne. I'm the Laurel. I'm the Laurel team in Melbourne, and I will come over on the 14th.
Thank you very much. Just like I said, if you just email testing@hamcation.com just to let them guys know that you are coming over, it'd be great. Thank you.
One other thing, I might just tell you, if you want my all the information about what we're doing in Melbourne is on w4gal.net. w4gal.net.
I have a quick
Good to know.
question.
Good.
Is there any estimate as to when they might invoke the $35 fee, start that process up?
Yeah, I can answer that. The FCC has not established an official date. Once they do, they have to give us 30 days notice. So once we know, you've got 30 days.
Okay, so there's really
Right now, there's no date.
there's no date.
But as soon as one is announced, it's 30 days before they can
Okay.
act on it.
All right.
In this case, no news is good news.
I got, got 3 years to go.
Somebody else
Good,
had
Bob.
a question.
Jim Schilling had a question.
Oh, Jim?
Actually, I wanted to say that we've heard from our Washington lawyer for the ARL, and it's correct about the 30 days, but he's expecting it's actually going to be longer. I can't remember what the specifics reasons were, but once it shows up in the Federal Register, it'll probably be longer than 30 days before it's actually enacted. So there'll still be a little bit of a window once you do hear that it's showed up in the register. Still don't know what the date is, but it's already been suggested it could be 45 or more. So I just want to chime that in.
Appreciate that. That's good news too. The longer it takes, the better it is. Anybody else?
I do have a couple more things I forgot about Hamcation just to let everybody know.
Good.
Okay. One thing I did mention during the QSO party, we're actually going to have radio stations actually set up in, actually it's going to be what's we call the volunteer lounge, the social hall at the fairgrounds. We're also going to have the prize barrel down there to put all the tickets in that people's buying and people that register for the webinars, and actually do live prize drawings every hour via our Facebook page. So people can actually really think that they're at the show. I'll turn the barrel, reach in, grab out a ticket, announce it, and that'd be the winner for that prize for that hour. Also, to let everybody know, if you are not able to watch any of the webinars, we will be streaming them also to YouTube. So you can actually go back after the fact and watch any of them that you would like you missed, especially if there's two of them going on at one time you want to watch. They will be on YouTube, and we'll put all these links here soon of how you can watch them all.
Yeah, good information too to know. Just making sure no other questions. All right, real quick, just to finish up about some things about Hamcation. Michael will be appearing on Ham Talk Live this Thursday, actually tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. Ham Talk, you can actually listen to that if you go to hamtalklive.com. Next Tuesday, he'll be on the Amateur Radio Roundtable with Tom Medlin, which is W5KUB. And you can actually go to w5kub.com to pick up that video. And he's scheduling right now to appear on Ham Nation, Ham Radio Crash Course, and Ham Radio 2.0 here in the future this month, all to promote Hamcation special edition. If you monitor the website, any newest updates will get published to the website as soon as possible. Or if you haven't been able to watch one of the shows that he's on in the future, and he'll provide any latest updates at that time too. So all those are either a podcast or a YouTube type show. So it should be accessible via the internet for anybody. Does anybody have any questions about the feature shows that Michael will be on?
I do have one more thing.
Good.
Just real quick, I don't know how many people actually signed up for this. But on our Hamcation website, if you go to hamcation.com, on the main page, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can subscribe to the Hamcation newsletter. It's pretty much not really a newsletter per se, but it's if you sign up for it when press releases go out, you will get them first. It usually goes out to this first, then all of social media, but it's a way to keep track of upcoming things that we're doing. Like when we got the platinum sponsor, we put it up there. The testing information we put out through there. So if you have not signed up, please sign up for it. It's a way to keep informed. The only thing that goes through it is stuff about Hamcation. We don't send that much through it. I would probably say within the time that Hamcation really starts up in August, all the way up until the event, we probably send less than 50 emails through it, if that many. But please sign up for it. It's an easy way to keep track of what's going on with Hamcation.
And not to mention, like you said, the social media is also a good way to do that.
Correct. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Excuse me, and one more question.
Sure.
So we're talking about Hamcation 2022,
2021.
2021.
Correct.
Okay.
2021 will be a virtual event other than the testing at the fairgrounds. Everything else will be virtual.
So everything else will be virtual. Are we going to have crowds there?
Will we have what?
I mean, are we going to have people at the? Is it going to be a regular Hamcation?
No.
No.
It's going to be virtual other than testing. We will have people coming in to take their test at the fairgrounds. Other than that, nobody will be at the fairgrounds.
Okay. Okay. I was getting a little confused. So can you give a brief overview of how that might work?
It's going to be all done through Zoom webinars. So basically, you've attended forums at Hamcation before?
Yeah.
Basically, that's what it's going to be online. We'll have presenters set up. You can ask questions, stuff like that. They'll present. The vendors will actually present new products, talk about their products, stuff like that. You can ask questions with them. So everything will be done through the webinars, through Zoom platform. And then the prize drawing, we're actually going to do live via Facebook. There'll be a couple people at the fairgrounds where the prize booth is set up. We'll draw them live. We'll announce them through Facebook Live. You do not have to be there to win. Ever who we draw, we will actually ship them the prize.
Are you going to be doing, I know tens of thousands of people come. Is there a mailing list or some kind of information that's going out to like you used to?
We do have a mail list. That's what I was just talking about. If you sign up on the website at the bottom, that's our mailing list.
Okay.
So information goes through that.
Okay.
Will the forums be recorded?
Yes, just like I said, everything will be recorded to YouTube. So you can go back and watch it 2 months, 3 months from now if you would like. Or you can watch it live through YouTube if you actually don't want to register for a webinar.
All right. Any other questions? All right. And as soon as our virtual event is completed or done in February, the website will be updated to 2022. Tickets will be going on sale shortly thereafter for 2022. You'll be able to register for tailgate spaces, swap tables, and different things like that online. So as normal. So all that will be updated probably just a rough guess that by the end of February, it should be pretty much up to date. We should be back to business as normal, we hope. That's all I can really say at this point. You know, all depends on what happens with COVID, obviously. Just in case you guys haven't heard, unfortunately, on the Ham Fest world, we lost a Ham Fest in Texas. The one that was in Plano called HamCom not only decided not to have a Ham Fest in 2021 because of COVID, but actually has shut down totally. They won't be back between all the different restrictions and costs that are involved in running a Ham Fest and during a pandemic. They have just decided to fold and not come back, and that's very unfortunate. Last night, it came out that CPAC out in Seaside, Oregon, which is one of the larger Hamfests in the United States, also decided not to sit there and have a Hamfest in 2021. And their Hamfest was in June of the year, first part of the June of this year. But they said they will be back in 2022. So, but they have decided now early not to do a Hamfest because of the COVID issue, and just to be safe and keep everybody safe. So hopefully not too many more will follow that suit, and things will start opening up and get back to normal for everybody. I know that there's some vendors who are watching right now, more likely on our YouTube live stream. Please keep those vendors in mind when you need to make a purchase or something. Maybe you need connectors, maybe you need coax, maybe you need to buy a new radio or antenna. A lot of your, especially your small business, mom and pop style vendors out there, because of all the Hamfests that have been closing or shutting down over the past almost a year now, it's been difficult for them. And they still are trying to make ends meet themselves. So keep them in mind. I think Michael has published a list of our vendors and their email addresses. I'm sorry, their website addresses. That's published in the back of our newsletter. Ed puts it in there right now, past couple months. So keep those people in mind when you need to buy something for your amateur radio station. They'll be more than happy to ship anything to you that they have. So, but definitely please keep them in mind. All right. Anything else?
Let me answer Dennis asked a question in the chat.
Oh, good.
Dennis, before all this, when people volunteered, our volunteers would actually donate their hours toward a club of their choice. Then based on the proceeds from Hamcation, we would calculate out basically based on hours worked. So like if one club got, let's say 1,000 hours worked, they would receive more money than a club that had like 300 hours worked. For this one, we're not sure yet how we're going to do it. One, based on not really having volunteers to do hours, but it will probably be more off of last year's, how I'm figuring it will work is one or two. One, we'll split everything evenly between the local clubs that do get donations from Hamcation every year, or two, we'll do it based on a percentage of what everybody received this year from the donations. So we'll still have to figure that out once we figure out how much money we're able to donate after the show's over with.
Okay, Mike, thanks. I just, like I said, I haven't seen anybody, the Deers people, and I'm pretty active with them. And they're meeting next week, and that's been a big topic of discussion because they're redoing their entire financial way of doing things in there, and they have been hit pretty hard with all the cast members and this type of stuff who would donate also their hours there. So let them know it's being discussed, but nothing yet. Kind of like the fee licensing from the FCC, to be determined.
Correct. But I can say everybody will get a donation. We're just not sure how much it will be yet.
I just so I can let them know, and otherwise they'll bug you.
Okay, thank you.
And also, Dennis, if you I think that we do get their meeting notice. If we get the meeting notice, we're going to try to pop into it next week, and so if anybody has questions and stuff like that, there we'll be there to answer them and also talk about it if that's what they like to hear. Let me just say this real quick. When the board of directors sat down last, I guess it was last September board meeting, and we had a very long discussion on what to do about Hamcation 2021 and should we cancel the original date that the board had, or I'm sorry, Hamcation executive committee came up with on making the decision of it was go or no go was December the 1st. And there was a whole bunch of different events that happened back in September that led us to having that board meeting and that discussion on whether or not we need to go ahead and just postpone or cancel it for 2021. I don't like the word cancellation because it sounds kind of more of a negative thing. Postponing, it sounds like it's okay, we're going to skip a time period and we'll have it again. It's just a personal preference of mine, but it was one of the things that was discussed is how it was going to affect other clubs because of the amount of money that Hamcation has donated out to the neighboring clubs for their volunteers and stuff, and how it was going to affect vendors, how it was going to affect the club, how it was going to affect lots of different things. And that was not an easy meeting. That was probably the hardest meeting, I guess I could say, for a board meeting that I've probably been in with this club since being on the board of directors. So a lot of thought was put into it, a lot of consideration, but overall the safety of everybody was priority. And that's why we made the decision we did. I just want to let everybody know that, it wasn't just a decision that was thought of lightly. There was a lot of thought put into it. And this is why we decided that we were going to try to do some things. If we can't support the clubs like we have in the past years, at least help them somewhat as much as we can this year. So this is what we're doing. Any other questions?
Hey, John, Harry, is there any kind of like non-contact activities that, say Lamar's members or, Deere's members, et cetera, could participate in that would help out, that it would still be a volunteering role?
You talking about during the special event or special edition?
Either during it or beforehand, if there's anything that would help with, getting information out or something like that, that would be able to, non-contact provide support.
Yeah, I mean, definitely as much people can publicize and relay information. I think you guys have a meeting tomorrow night, if I'm not mistaken, Lamar's.
Correct.
I don't know if you want to, if you can let the guys know, maybe if they share the information, if they would like for us to pop in for a few minutes and talk about it to the club, so that way they hear it directly from Michael or I. We'd be more than happy to do that. Michael does have another a podcast to be on at 9:00 tomorrow night, but we should have time to take care of like a Lamar's meeting or even any other meetings coming up. If you just notify us and let us know so we can work it out, we'll be more than happy to talk to any of the groups, clubs, anywhere that's doing virtual right now. It's kind of hard to get. I don't think anybody's really doing a face-to-face meeting yet, and if they are, it's a rare occasion. So, but we'll definitely do Zoom presentations on Hamcation between now and next month. So just let us know.
Okay, great. Because I had the SVTN tonight. I did announce the dates, the 13th and 14th, for the virtual Hamcation, and I'll get a hold of Rich Fisher and see about sharing some information about you coming with Michael, whatever, to the Zoom meeting tomorrow night and talking for a few minutes. Great.
Yeah, I would just give everybody an idea what's going on and let people know about the prizes, prize tickets. I mean, the more prize tickets, donations we get in for prize tickets and the lanyards and stuff, the more money we're able to donate out to clubs. So,
Okay, that might be one question they'll probably ask tomorrow is how do I get additional prize tickets?
yep, it's all on the website, but we can talk about that tomorrow night.
Great. Okay. Thank you, John.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's
Also, like,
good.
Also, like Harry said, how can you talk up Hamcation? I know a lot of people don't really go on the podcast stuff like I do to advertise Hamcation. But we have a lot of HF operators in here. We have a lot of people that talk on DMR, Fusion, all these different modes that we have to communicate. Talk up Hamcation that way also. It just don't have to be on the local repeaters when you're on some of the talk groups on D-Star, Fusion, DMR that's not part of Florida. Talk up Hamcation. Let people know about it. Let them know about the webinars, everything about it. That's a way members can actually talk up Hamcation and get the word out there. I know James monitors a lot of the DMR stuff. He hears stuff all the time on there recently about Hamcation Special Edition. So people are talking about it, and especially like HF, you can talk to people all over the country and let them know about it just in your general talks with people. Hey, do you know about Hamcation? They're going to do webinars, blah, blah, blah. So that's a way the members can actually promote Hamcation on your side.
Okay, Michael, question for you then. I accidentally came across back in December, early December, that video you did on YouTube with, I think it was Ray from ICOM. It was announcing Hamcation, and you went through a little bit about what Hamcation 2021 was going to be all about in the YouTube video. Remember? Okay, I mean, that kind of thing too would be good to point people to give them a little background on the way you explained it was excellent.
Okay. And I might be able to do another one like that, just something more current to sit down and basically do a recording of what Hamcation is, everything about it, and pop it up on the YouTube also that we can point people to if they have questions. So,
okay. Thank you, Michael.
And I'll just wrap this up real quick by sitting there saying it's been a learning curve for all of us from going from a in-person event to a virtual event in a matter of a couple of months. So we've learned a lot about virtual, the virtual world, if you will. And we're still learning every single day about the virtual world. But I think I can speak on behalf of the entire Hamcation committee. We will be glad when we can get back to normal and have a face-to-face meeting or face-to-face Hamcation again. So looking forward to 2022 and all the positive results that we can get out of it. So any other things on Hamcation, we'll move forward.
KJ4G.
Hey, Paul.
Yeah, good evening, guys. You're doing a great job. I'm a little bit interested in the out of the area radio station, the setup station. I think I talked to Mike about it. I'm still online to volunteer for that if you'd like.
Michael?
Sounds good. We're working with Florida Contest Group right now, getting the rules finalized with it of how we're going to do it. So I will definitely let you know what the outcome will be and how it's going to work and how you can help with it.
Okay. We'll be set up. We can operate most bands, I think. All right. Thanks a lot. And we'll see you in the next one.
All right, guys. Appreciate it very much. All right. Let me go around to other clubs like we normally do and see if anybody can provide any updates of what they're doing, whether it's virtual meetings, no meetings, or maybe you've gone back to face-to-face meetings. Is anybody from QCWA, the local chapter?
Yeah, I can speak for QCWA.
Okay.
We have elected new officers. Al W2AS had to resign the presidency due to health issues. And Joe Ayala is the president now. Many of the other officers remain the same. QCWA normally meets on the third Thursday for a luncheon, but that hasn't happened for almost a year now, and I don't think it's going to happen for a while. Joe says that we would like to find a new meeting place, but of course we're all concerned about when we can meet. So that's not going to happen. However, Joe wants to have a Skype. He likes Skype, a Skype or a Zoom meeting for the general membership. I would think that's going to be in a week or two. There's a board meeting tomorrow. So that's all I have on QCWA. And our repeater has been moved. It's at my QTH actually, and 147, 195. Right now it's undergoing some maintenance, but feel free to use it. That's all I have.
All right, and also, Rich, if you're having a board meeting with them, if they need any help with Zoom, reach out to me. I'll do whatever I can to help you guys with Zoom.
Thank you. Much appreciated. I brought that up, and I think he feels more comfortable with Skype right now, but I would like to see if we could accept that invitation. Thank you.
Just let me know. All right, anyone from Lamar's?
I don't know if Rich Fisher is on or not. I don't think so, but the biggest update I can give right now is we're planning a special event station that will be between February 27th and March 6th. And what we're hoping to do is, and I need to talk to you sometime about this soon, John, to get the clubs together and figure out a operating schedule. And I guess they're going to have another group from DeLand come in. I'm not sure if I have this right, if it's West Bar. Evidently
West
there's
Bar.
a group up there. What was
West
it?
Volusia.
It's West Volusia Amateur Radio Society, I believe.
Okay.
West Bars.
Oh, I got bar out of it. I couldn't figure that out myself, but I wasn't familiar with them. But that's the only big thing that we have coming right up now. And but I'll talk to you guys. We'll try to get this up, and I think what we're hoping to do is schedule, and we figure we can have probably CW, digital, and voice on each band. And it'll be within the general band. And I know coming up, Florida was the 27th state, but I don't know the offhand the actual date of Florida joining the union. But I don't think we've done a special event station in quite some time here. I did them up north, but this should be a little bit of fun, and hopefully it'll be an activity that we can all join in and from home. I think that's how they plan on running it. So that's pretty much it for right now.
All right. And you guys still having your meeting tomorrow night, you said, or I think we talked about already?
Yes. Our regular meeting will be tomorrow night.
Okay.
John?
You guys, yeah.
Harry again. I just to fill you in, I just talked to Rich Fisher, and he's going to be sending, well, actually, Steven Zeller is going to be sending you and Michael an invitation to tomorrow night's meeting with the Zoom link.
Okay. I didn't know if you guys did any live streaming across YouTube or anything also with it.
No, I don't think we're that sophisticated.
Okay. I was just checking. All right. Anything else from Lamar's?
I think that's it for me.
All right. Jerry, are you on from CERT? I don't think I saw Jerry connect
I
tonight.
did not see him.
Oh, okay. How about Bill and Christy for the Clarkona CERT group? Anything new?
Not yet, but I think we're going to try to get something in our local gazette and maybe try to start up in February again, face to face, because we have the rec hall and the seating's already marked off. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Looks like you guys are playing with virtual backgrounds a little bit. I see part of an eagle and a flag.
I'm trying, but I
we
gotta get a green screen.
sheet. Yeah.
All right. Anything else? All right, Bobbin, CFRA.
All right, well, we've got the good news is that the Central Florida Repeater Association has been holding in-person meetings since October at Perkins on University and Forsyth. The last Wednesday of each month, we start getting there around 6. We have our little dinner, and then around 7 o'clock, we'll have a small meeting, and then we'll keep brag doing some more. And it's kind of nice to see these people again. We are required to wear masks when we enter the restaurant, but we can, of course, take them off when we eat. And, we're having some good fun. I appreciate them letting us in because it's been a while. We've got a couple new members that's kind of helped out too. And let's see. Repeater is downtown Orlando, 443075. It's up about 250 feet. It's Analog Infusion. And that's about it, John. Like I say, we're just happy that we're able to get face-to-face meetings again.
All right, appreciate it. Ken Lyons, are you on here from the radio scouting? I'm not seeing Ken either. Okay. Rod's not in here from Bahia. Nope, I don't see Rod. All right. How about Bob C, Florida Week Signal?
Their meetings have not been being held, quarterly meetings, but the beacons are working from downtown Orlando. All the bands from 6 meters all the way up to 24 gigahertz are up from downtown Orlando. So if you need something to test the receiver, go up and look at the Florida Week Signal website, and you should be able to monitor those things to test the receiver.
Okay. All right. Anybody from AMSAT? I know Dennis talked about not seeing anybody from Deers. Anybody pop in from Deers?
I can give you a little update of what's going on over there if you want.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, first of all, on behalf of Deers, express our thanks to Orlando for the antenna. And I can report that they've just pretty sure finished all the plans except possibly the date of putting the antenna on the tower system. There were some issues that need to be worked out the last meeting that they had back in November, but it's all a go. And in fact, I could safely report that there seems to be a tremendous amount of activity at the clubhouse now, trying to get that thing all fixed up. They've cleaned it up, get the stations all back up and together and really make it a very active clubhouse as they get ready to have their special event station coming up here very soon, which will be in the anniversary of Walt Disney World's 50th opening in 2021. I think in October is when it actually fully starts. I know my wife and I went there for honeymoon in '72, so it's that'll coincide with our 50th anniversary. So they're going quite well ahead with that, and I know they're very appreciative of what's going on. I have sent them a note to send you a link for the meeting. They use Teams doing it, so I can't say for sure that it'll always be the information, but I did send it off to them, as well as a couple of other clubs about the Hamfest that I'm members of throughout the East Coast here. Let them know that Hamcation is on, just a stripped down version like everything in life is right now.
Yep. More than anything, we're trying to keep our name out there in front of everybody so nobody realizes or nobody thinks that we went away at all. So just kind of doing, like you said, a reduced version for this year. Appreciate that. And then if they want us to pop in for any updates on Hamcation for their meeting, let us just have them send us an invite. We'll be glad to do that for them.
Already done.
All right. Anybody from Lake Amateur Radio? Not sure if I saw anybody from Lake Amateur. How about Seminole Aries? Frank T, are you still with Seminole Aries?
Yes, but I have been away for a month, so we have to defer to Bob. Coming.
They did have a meeting, or tried to have a meeting about a month ago, and at the EOC, but they couldn't do that, so they had it in the community room of the sheriff's office. But I don't think they're going to have one probably until after the vaccines start getting wide distribution.
Okay, they're probably same like with Orange County areas, have to do things virtually, or at least not at the EOC. So I understand that. Anybody from Osceola Aries? Okay, and I can tell you Orange County Aries is next Monday night. We still do ours virtually on Zoom. If you are interested in attending, you can send me an email. If you're not already a member of Aries, you can send me an email. I can send you the link for the Zoom meeting. And we also live stream across YouTube on the Orange County Aries YouTube channel, which is something new we just started for Aries a couple months ago. I can't confirm who our speaker is yet because I haven't got a confirmation from him yet. But the plan was to talk about some different antennas for emergency communications purposes. If that works out, hopefully still that will happen on Monday night. If not, we will definitely still have a lot of things to talk about. So we'll have a meeting, information full meeting to present to everybody. Let me go around to the board members real quick, see if they have any other announcements, and then we can talk about upcoming months here. Michael, did you have anything else?
I did have one more thing.
Okay.
Just thought about it. Let me share my screen here. There's actually a little tailgate coming up. South Conway Road Baptist Church, K4 KDI's winter tailgate. It's all outdoors, free to attend. I do know Tower Electronics will be there, so if you need any type of connectors and stuff like that, good time to go down and get some from them. I'm not sure what other big vendor might be there other than them, but if you're willing to go out and want something to do outside, tailgate's coming up.
Awesome. Thank you for bringing it up. I totally forgot about that one. Want to make sure that people realize that's an option that they can go to this month. All right, Anna or Dean, did you have anything?
Nope, I'm good.
Nothing tonight.
Okay.
And I just put the file in the chat also, so people can download it and actually have it.
Okay. And Bobbin.
I have nothing else for the meeting tonight, John.
All right, Bob C.
Just that if you do desire to take a test at the Hamcation special event, pre-registration is required. There are no walk-ins. So if you don't pre-register and you show up, probably will not be able to take a test.
Yes, definitely. Please make sure you register for it because we also want to make sure that we have enough room for social distancing purposes. So please make sure you do that. All right. I'm sorry.
I did have one other thing about that. Even if you pre-registered, doesn't mean you have to be there at 10. That's the purpose of having it from 10 until 4. You can come in, let's say at noon, take your test. You don't have to be there right when it starts. That's part of the pre-registration. Once they contact you back, you can let them know what time you want to come in. And we're doing that to try to get more people where we don't have 32 people showing up at 10 a.m. to kind of stagger it out to be a little better for the social distancing part of it.
All right. Let me see. Frank T.
I have stickers and information for the Silent Key Committee if anybody needs assistance with silent key equipment. And just send me an email to my OARC account and ftagliani@oarc.com, and I'll get some stickers out to you or the information if you know of somebody who needs help with or assistance with silent key equipment. Thanks.
Yes, thank you. And that program is actually working very well. I got to get with you and Frank about that, but find out what equipment we can start putting up on the Traders Net in the future. So maybe at the board meeting, we'll talk about that one. Okay. All right. Then not last but not least, James.
Well, I'm glad most of the repeaters are still working. December 31st at 11 o'clock, my dad and we sit down and we listen to Beethoven's Ninth. That's how we bring in the new year. And we've done that. Actually, it was my mom and him that did it every year. So now I do it with him. And I thought it was going to be a quiet new year, but W4PLB decided not to operate the first day of the year. So I spent my first day up in Sanford. It's back up. It was minor, but something had to break, right? So for those that play with D-Star, the repeaters are still out there. There's very few of us, I know, but they're there. Nothing else to report.
All right, appreciate it very much. I will sit there and say that right about now is where we bring our presentation with John Crook, N9 UPC from, he's the national sales manager from USA, but I got an email right there at the beginning of the show or the meeting that he's not feeling well tonight, and we'll have to get him rescheduled. So apologize that, folks. Did not realize it was going to happen, and really didn't have a backup plan this time for it. So, but we did get to talk about Hamcation quite a bit, and I think I'm hoping that everybody, at least that's viewing the meeting tonight or part of the meeting tonight, has gotten those questions answered. I do want to remind everybody that Rick Prone is our membership chairman. You will likely get an email from him at some point letting you know that your membership is approaching renewal time. Please, when you do get that email from him, I hope that you do consider rejoining the club and renewing with us. We'd love to have you and keep you part of the club and stuff. But Rick has been doing a phenomenal job of making sure that everybody is renewed. New members that are wishing to join are contacted right away, and getting the new members in too. But it's important to let us know if you have any changes in your address, your email addresses, your phone numbers. Maybe you applied for a vanity call sign, your call sign changed. Anytime anything that happens, you can send an email to him very easily by just going to membership@oarc.org. That's membership@oarc.org. And that goes directly to Rick, and he can take care of that for you. We've talked about this in the past about our website and the back end, the members area of it being built out. That is still a work in progress. It has not been forgotten about. It was just with all the different changes with Hamcation this year, our web developer who takes care of the OERC site also takes care of the Hamcation site. And unfortunately, Hamcation became a little bit of a priority to get all the updates done on a timely basis. So as soon as we switch back from the virtual event to 2022's event, we will definitely get the back end of the OERC site built out. So that way members are able to log in and update their own information and renew their membership and things like that on the back end. So looking forward to that. Does anybody have any questions whatsoever? Watching the YouTube chat and our chat or the Zoom meeting, anybody, just make sure you unmute your microphone so we can hear you. All right, I will sit there and say that our next meeting is going to be Wednesday, February the 3rd, 2021, obviously, at 7 o'clock. While we're doing virtual meetings, we're going to start at 7 o'clock. Once we go back to face-to-face meetings, we'll push that back to 7:30 like we used to. But since most people are usually at home by 7 o'clock, we're going to get started at 7 and until we go back to a face-to-face meeting. I will see if John is available February 3rd to do maybe the presentation he was going to do tonight. If not, I will have something lined up here really shortly for you. I'm working on getting the entire year scheduled out, so that way we know what presentations we have for the entire year. As soon as that's done, I will let everybody know. So With that, if nobody else has anything, we'll go ahead and close the meeting for the night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, Bob.
Good night, all.
Good night.
Night.
Yeah, good night.
Night.